What up, Homedawgs? My name is Gokey Gamer, and welcome everybody to the IBA Season 1.5, not 2, team preview, where we are going to be fighting in Week 2. We're going to be fighting Wes and the Minnesota Perrserkers, one of the other top leagues, the coaches, teams in the last season. So that's definitely going to be very exciting. In fact, I think he took number 2 in the regular season, so that's definitely exciting. Yeah, he's definitely a very good battler, 1000%. I'm really looking forward to this battle. I'm very nervous for this battle. Again, considering we 6-0'd last week, if we 6-0 again this week, we get to do some trade shenanigans with 2 other coaches, and they have to accept the trade. So, if we win 6-0 again, that's going to be exciting. Obviously, I'm not going to be trying for a 6-0 completely. I'm just going to be more focused on getting the W, because, again, getting the W could really help us out a lot, because it would give us a free reroll, and there might be a couple Pokemon that I'm thinking about re-rolling. And I know, like, free pick is an option for us on the 6-0, but that's only for OU and lower. The Pokemon I'm kind of thinking about re-rolling a little bit might be Zekrom, who is our Uber, because Dawn Wings the Crosman is still there, and if we get that thing, then we're going to be looking really, really good. But, as you can see, we're bringing Ezekiel to Zekrom this week, so maybe he'll come in clutch. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but I definitely do want to get another dub this week, 1000%. Or at least make it a close fight, you know. But again, if we get 6-0, that would be amazing. But, regardless, I'm going to go ahead, go over the teams that I'm bringing, the Pokemon I'm bringing, and all that fun stuff. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, just a reminder, on my team we have got Gigantamax, Dreadnought, Zekrom, Ditto, Tyranitar, Hawlucha, Doublade, Galarian Weezing, Gigalith, Rhydon, Ninetales, and Jellicent. And on my opponent's side, he has got Garbodor, Eternatus, Mew, Alolan Ninetales, Bisharp, Arcanine, Chandelure, Celebi, Decidueye, Haunter, and Hitmonlee. Now, the thing that you'll notice first off about Wes's team is that he has a ton of repeating typings. He has 3 Ghost types in Chandelure, Decidueye, and Haunter, 2 Fire types in Arcanine and again Chandelure, 2 Psychic types in Mew and Celebi, 2 Poison types in Garbodor and Eternatus. So, you know, you'll notice he's weak to ground types. He's, you know, it's definitely something to keep in mind. But that's not to say he doesn't have a very scary team, especially against me in particular. Eternatus is an all-around very scary Pokemon with 145 base special attack, 130 speed, 110 physical attack, I think, or something like that, 95 above defenses, and like 110 in HP or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is, but holy crap, it's scary. And that thing gets Cosmic Power and Recover. It's not going to be fun. Thankfully, he can't hold an item, so that's reassuring, but still, it's definitely a very, very scary mon. Mew can literally run anything. We have seen him run Swords Dance, Baton Pass, Cosmic Power, Baton Pass, anything Baton Pass on Mew. It's not a fun mon to deal with. Alolan Ninetales can set up Hail and Aurora Veil, giving him dual screens, which is definitely not something that I want to deal with. Chandelure is another really scary Pokemon because he can run Scarf or Specs on this thing, and he gets Energy Ball, which wipes out like half of my team. Celebi is another really dangerous mon for similar reasons as Energy Ball Chandelure. It can also be Scarfed and Specs. It also gets Leaf Storm and Giga Drain. It's not fun. Decidueye is another physical scary mon with physical Leaf Blade. Hitmonlee can be really scary in certain situations, so he's definitely got a very threatening team. In terms of what I think he's going to be bringing, I think, if I had to guess, I think he's going to bring his Gigantamax Garbodor. He's going to bring in, if he does bring Eternatus, he's memeing at this point. He could very well bring Mew. I think he's going to bring Alolan Ninetales. He might not, considering that I have Sand, but there's a good chance he might. I think he might bring Chandelure, either Celebi or Decidueye, or if he brings both, then Celebi would be more of a support set. But he's definitely going to bring an offensive set on one of those 2 mons, and I think he has a very good chance of bringing Hitmonlee as well. I don't think he's going to bring Bisharp, I don't think he's going to bring Arcanine, I don't think he's going to bring Haunter. The rest of the mons, I think, has a decent chance of coming, particularly, again, Eternatus, Alolan Ninetales, one of the grass types, and Chandelure and Hitmonlee. So it's definitely a very, very scary team to keep in mind. But I have spent a very long time on this team, and I think we have a very good team to combat him. So, starting off, as you can see here, with Julius, the Jellicent, making his debut. He is holding the leftovers this week, along with the Cursed Body ability. I'm not running Water Absorb because none of his mons get a Water type attack besides Mew, and I don't think he's going to run Water when he can run Grass or Fighting or whatever. He's got the moves Recover, Shadow Ball, Strength Sap, and Trick Room. This is a Trick Room's team, which is kind of funny because along with the Eon World Tournament, I'm also bringing a Trick Room team, and my opponent also has a little Ninetales. Coincidence? I think not. It's pretty hysterical. But, yes, this is going to be a Trick Room team because a lot of his Pokemon are extremely fast. I want to be able to outspeed those things, but not a lot of my Pokemon can outspeed unless they run Scarf, because I'm more of a slower, bulkier team. So I decided to run Trick Room. The only thing that could be problematic for us with Trick Room, it could be the Garbodor, but if he's running like weak armor, that could still be excellent for us. His ability would end up hurting him, which is kind of cool. Recover is to gain HP back whenever I need it. Shadow Ball is to just hit things with stab and also hit the ghost types really hard. This thing can wall some of the mons fairly well with that. Strength Step is to specifically weaken physical attackers, since physical attackers like Hitmonlee can be a threat. And then again, Trick Room is to set up Trick Room so that way we outspeed things. I do hope Julius comes in clutch this week. I think he will. And yeah, anyways, moving on to the next Pokemon. We have got Goliza the Tyranitar making his return. I'm kind of debating about switching this off with Gigalith. They'd both be running very, very similar sets, but I think I'm going to keep Tyranitar on the field just because he has both a higher special defense and HP stat, which is kind of important to me. So, you know, defense is not quite as important, especially with this team. Jeez, oh Pete, the hair keeps prickling on my neck, on my back. I need a haircut badly. But anyways, he's holding the Smooth Rock, which, I swear I word. He's holding the Smooth Rock, which the use of Sandstorm lasts 8 turns instead of 5. With his ability Sandstream, Sand is going to be very important to us, especially with one of these other mons. And I also want to keep that special defense buff for as long as possible. He's got the moves Iron Head, Crunch, Earthquake, and Stone Edge. This was actually originally going to be an AV set, but I decided to run Smooth Rock instead because this thing was more meant to set up Sand and just to hit things super hard. He is max HP, max attack. This thing can live hits from most of his Pokemon. In fact, I'm pretty sure all of them besides Hitmonlee. Iron Head is specifically for the Ninetales, Crunch is for the Ghost types, Earthquake is for the Poison and Fire types, and Stone Edge is also for Stab, as well as hitting the Fire type super hard, and anything else that I need to hit super hard. I might switch Stone Edge out for something else. I could definitely do that. I might do that, actually. If I did, let's see here. What would I do for that? Maybe I could do D-Dance again. No, I'm not gonna, I want to do D-Dance because of Trick Room. I could do Foul Play. That's definitely an option. Heavy Slam. I'll think about it 1000%. But yeah, definitely a very scary Pokemon faux show. I'm very, very excited to use this thing 1000%. Hopefully, he'll come in clutch. I could put Counter on that thing. Or Curse. Curse could actually be really good. I might put Curse on him instead. Counter or Curse. Probably one of the two instead of Stone Edge. I'll think about it 1000%. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, Goliza is just such a huge threat against his team that it'd be stupid for me not to bring it, especially with, like, obviously, you know, it's kind of similar to Wes being stupid for not bringing Eternatus if he doesn't bring Eternatus. If he doesn't bring Eternatus, I'm going to be very happy, though. Next up on the team is Bob making a return. JV actually got the reference, so shout-outs to him. This is an Imposter Red Card Ditto, which I'm very excited about. So, picture this, right? The Eternatus sets up Cosmic Power, another mon sets up defensives or offenses. I send in Ditto. Ditto lives in attack. Red card's out, Ditto keeps the buffs, but then Wes loses his buffs. Goldmine. So that's kind of the goal with this set. I debated about running Iron Ball, I debated about running Focus Sash. I think I'm going to be really happy with Red Card. I even debated about running Scarf as well, but I think at the end of the day, I'm going to run Red Card because I think that holds the biggest threat to his team. Especially if I'm able to, like, outspeed things as well. It's also probably most likely going to be my lead, especially if he brings Mew or Ninetales Alolan form. I think this is definitely going to be my guaranteed lead, just because I want to get things going. I want to hit things super hard. I want to figure out what his sets are as soon as possible, because that's definitely going to give me the game if I can figure out his sets. So this is definitely going to be useful for that situation, and also to get booster stats if I need them. Next up on the team, also making his debut, is Ezekiel the Zekrom. Not holding an item because Ubers cannot hold items. He is terrible. This is a support Zekrom with max HP, max special defense, and a little bit of bulk in defense, with Hone Claws, Roost, Dragon Claw, and Light Screen. Hone Claws instead of Dragon Dance, because again, Trick Room, I'm going to be really relying on Trick Room a lot. Roost is to gain HP back, Dragon Claw is just hit things super hard with Stab, and also hits the Eternatus super hard in particular. And Light Screen, if I need Light Screen Light Screen is to help me against special attackers like Ninetales, Celebi, etc. Now this Ninetales does completely wall Ezekiel, which is something I have to keep in mind, and there's another Pokemon that's completely walled by another Pokemon later on, so those are definitely things I have to keep in mind, but I'm really excited to be using Ezekiel 1000%. I'm hoping that Ezekiel can come in clutch here. I might switch out Dragon Claw with something else. I don't know what I would switch it out with. Maybe a ground move, but he doesn't get earthquakes, so we'll see. I'll let you guys know. This is pretty much probably going to be the most perfected I can get with it. Next up on the team, though, is our late game sweeper, and that is Rhydon. This is Rhydon making his debut. Rhydon puts in absolute work versus his team. With this particular set, 172 in HP, 84 attack, 60 defense, and 192 special defense, walls Eternatus very, very well, especially with Swords Dance as well. If this Mon gets up a Swords Dance and the Eternatus is not very heavily physically bulky, then the Earthquake Okos. It's insane how powerful this thing is. He's got the moves Earthquake, Stone Edge, Crunch, and Swords Dance. Earthquake, again, obviously for Eternatus, as well as Garbodor and the Fire types. Stone Edge is to just hit things super hard with Rock Stab if I need to, like the Ninetales. Crunch is for the Ghost types, and then Swords Dance is Swords Dance. Again, I might switch out Stone Edge for something else, considering it only helps me against Alolan Ninetales. I'll definitely think about it, 1000%, but this set is going to carry. 1000%. I'm very, very excited for it. The reason this is not immensely physically bulky is because I'm not going to really keep this thing in against physical attackers like Hitmonlee. So, yeah. And last but not least is Poof, the Galarian Weezing. Now, I'm certain you guys have noticed by now, you guys have noticed that I have not brought my, I'm not bringing my Gigantamax, or I'm at least, you know, you guys have eyes. I'm assuming you noticed I'm not bringing my Gigantamax. I was originally going to bring my Gigantamax, but then I decided, you know what? I need something for support, because Eternatus can Toxic me, Garbodor can Toxic me, things can land burns. I don't want to deal with that. He's very good at A, setup, and B, status conditions. So that's kind of how he plays. He sets up and gets things status with like Thunder Wave or Will-O-Wisp or Toxic, and then he sweeps from there. That is Wes's playstyle. So I decided I'm going to bring Poof to completely counter his strategy. He's got the moves Aromatherapy, Clear Smog, Defog, and Will-O-Wisp. He is holding the Black Sludge with the ability Levitate, max HP, max special defense, and a little bit bulky defense as well. Aromatherapy is to get rid of status conditions on our side, such as poison, burn, paralysis, etc. Clear Smog is to get rid of his stat buffs. So if, like, let's say Eternatus starts setting up Cosmic Powers, I send this thing in, this thing walls Eternatus fairly well, and then I Clear Smog it gets rid of his defensive buffs, and then Eternatus is going to have to figure out something from there. Defog is to get rid of spikes, in particular, toxic spikes, I should say, just in case he brings out on Garbodor or Eternatus, because I don't want to have to deal with that. And Will-O-Wisp is for burning the physical attackers, such as Hitmonlee and Decidueye. If we burn those things, it's going to be beautiful. So yeah, again, this set is completely walled by Bisharp completely walls this set, considering my only attack is a poison move. But I still think that, again, I don't think Bisharp is coming. I think Bisharp can come, but I don't think it will. I would be surprised if he did bring it. And if he does bring it, then that's definitely going to be interesting. But again, we have things to wall it, such as Ezekiel and Rhydon. But yeah, that is the team. Again, I'm not bringing my Gigantamax, which many of you might be like, what? That's crazy! But to be fair, I have won battles without Gigantamax forms before, such as versus Titan in Week 7. So I'm very, very excited for this. I think this team has great chemistry, especially against Wes's playstyle. In fact, this is kind of less about the Pokemon themselves and more about just going up against Wes and his playstyle specifically. He loves to set up. He loves to cause status conditions. I really don't want him to do those shenanigans versus me, so Weezing is the perfect answer for that. I actually also debate about running Pain Split, but instead of Will-O-Wisp, and maybe I'll run it instead of Defog if I don't think he's going to bring spikes. And it's possible he doesn't bring spikes. It's possible he doesn't bring spikes, in which case Defog is pretty much useless. Mew could bring Stealth Rocks, though, as well. Mew could be running the spikes. You never know. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole team. I'm hoping to do some work against him with this team. It's definitely going to be interesting, 1000%. Again, is this 6-0 possible? Yes, it's 6-0 possible, but it's definitely going to be an uphill battle for 6-0. I think we do have a good chance of winning, but in order to get 6-0, we're going to have to play really, really well. Obviously, I'm not going to be planning on getting a 6-0. I'm just going to go in there thinking I'm going to win, but if we have to get a 6-0, if we happen to get a chance to 6-0, I will be a very happy camper. So, that's going to do it for this team preview, though. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is a bit of a longer one. Thank you guys so much for watching 1000%. Again, be sure to check out Wes and all the other coaches down in the description below. It would really mean the world to me. And also, make sure, yeah, you guys know what to do. You guys know what to do. Yeah. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Be also sure to check out the Eon War Tournament team preview. That is also going up today or sometime. I don't know if it's going to be going up first or second. Depends which one I get up first. And that I'm also bringing a Trick Room set, and the opponent also has a little Ninetales, so it's definitely going to be interesting. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to check out tomorrow's battle as well with Wes, and Sunday's battle versus Frosted, our opponent for the Eon World Tournament on Sunday. And yeah, that's pretty much going to do it. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you later, dudes, in the next video. Peace out, mates!